Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'm your host, Tyranno-senpai, and welcome back to another episode of Tyranno-senpai's Toy Reviews. Last time we unboxed the Beasts of the Mesozoic Nasutoceratops. Link in the description down below so you can check out that video as well as the playlist. And today we're actually unboxing yet another figure from Beasts of the Mesozoic, and of course it's another Ceratopsian. What's different about this one though, it is pretty big, if I do say so myself. I wasn't even expecting it to be this big. It's a big one. But here it is. The Beasts of the Mesozoic, Pachyrhinosaurus Lakustai. And it looks gorgeous in the packaging. Look at that. The figure itself looks so good already, and it's not even out of the box yet. But it looks so fantastic. Of course, we have the window here where you can see the figure inside, which is like kind of a traditional style of Beasts of the Mesozoic. On the back, we have all the Wave 2 figures, because now Wave 2 is out, in case you haven't guessed. And of course, we have like a little sneak peek of the card that's on the back that we always see with Beasts of the Mesozoic products, and the sleeve art of Pachyrhinosaurus, which looks absolutely fabulous. It looks so good, I love it. This figure sports 20 points of articulation, realistic movement and detail, and profile card. And it's going to be so cool, I can't wait to open this up. So, I guess, well, I don't really need to talk much about the packaging because it's the same thing, basically. So we're just going to take the sleeve off. But before we actually get it out of the box, there is Wave 2, which just came out very recently. We have Avaceratops, Ionosaurus, Wendyceratops, Spikelepes, Cosmoceratops, Regilaceratops, Centrosaurus, and of course the Pachyrhinosaurus, which we will be doing today. And without further ado, let's get this big dinosaur out of the box. Here goes. Snip, snip. And of course, we know what to do with the box. And without further ado, you guys, here it is. The Beast of the Mesozoic, Pachyrhinosaurus. Wow. This thing's a heckin' chonker. Look at the size of this thing. It's almost as long as my arm. That's crazy. But before we talk about the figure itself, let's go ahead and take a look at the little card it came with. Here we can see the Pachyrhinosaurus in all its glory here. It looks really good. I like it very much. It's so good looking. And of course, this is done by Raul Ramos. Once again, very good work, dude. So we got Pachyrhinosaurus Lakustai, thick-nosed lizard. Length around 6 meters, 20 feet long. Location, Wapiti Formation, Alberta, Canada. Time period, Late Cretaceous, Langston and Tankay. 2008. The oldest of the 3 identified species of Pachyrhinosaurus, Pachyrhinosaurus Lakustai, is distinctive among its boss-nosed brethren for the long horn in the center of its frill. Lakustai was discovered by Al Lakusta as part of a massive bone bed in Pipestone Creek, Alberta. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, we have the dinosaur itself, and wow, this thing's huge, absolutely massive, and the sculpt, absolutely breathtaking. Let's take a look at this thing. First off, we have the head. Look at that bump on there. That boss is just so thick and horn-like. It's so good looking. It looks like it's just like very thick and very like hard and stuff. Like you can actually feel that force behind there. That looks real good. And the little bit of extra details like you got, it's not just a flat pad. You can see that there are like bumps and ridges along it. That looks real good. I like that. And it continues on to the beak, which I really like. We have the little horn here on the cheek. The frill looks nice with all these little extra horns, and the distinctive horns coming from the top of the frill and the sides. And then, of course, as the card said, the horns on in the center of the frill looks really nice. Looks really cool. Then we have a very thick neck and an even thicker body. Look at that. This guy's thick. Looks really good. I like this. I like this a lot. I really do. It's also kind of flat on the top because it looks so slender. But up here, you got this giant arched back and stuff. And then you have, of course, the tail, which took a really long time to finally put on. And even then, it is still very stiff, but it's still posable, which I am very happy about. The sculpt of this Pachyrhinosaurus is absolutely breathtaking, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. David Silva, once again, you have given us a masterpiece. Now for the colors, I'm kind of digging this. The colors are inspired by a young red iguana. Editing me, put the picture. There you go. So we got all kinds of like dark reds, we got aquamarine, we got gold, greens. It looks fantastic. These colors are so good. Again, these are actual colors found in nature, not just random split splat, make it look good, crazy in your face. This is natural. And that's what I love about these figures. They take the natural world and put them in something like this. It looks gorgeous, too, in the process. I love these figures. So, sculpt good, color good, very good. Now, let's compare this Pachyrhinosaurus to previous figures. And we're going to start with the subadult Triceratops. And it is tiny in comparison. Look at that. This is a 15-inch figure. This one's a 10-inch figure. You can really see the difference here. Look at that. The Pachyrhinosaurus dwarfs this thing. Bearing in mind, though, this is still a juvenile, meaning it's not fully grown. The full-size one is going to be about as big as this guy here. And wow, that's going to be massive. And of course, let's also compare it to the Nasutoceratops here, which is actually smaller than both of them. Now, not as much as dramatically as the subadult Triceratops, but in comparison to the Pachyrhinosaurus, this is tiny, and this is an adult Nasutoceratops as well. It's tiny compared to this thing. It blows me away just how David Silva can get these things in perfect scale with each other. It's amazing. He's doing like God's work with these figures, and it's so good. Yes, I'm in love with it. Now putting these figures back, I still think I prefer the Triceratops over this Pachyrhinosaurus, but that's just my opinion speaking, not really a fact. But hey, this is still a good looking figure. All in all, it is absolutely breathtaking. Now, we get to the fun part, which is the articulation. Starting with the jaw, which can open not quite as much as the others, but quite a bit. And get this tongue articulates too. Goes up and down, which is something the previous figures couldn't do. And I don't know if you'll be able to make that out because of the light, but the teeth in the mouth are painted. That's also good. I like it. The head can swivel. It can move side to side a lot, but it can't really move up and down a bit as much. The neck does a lot of the movement. So, got a good swaying motion here, which is all really good. Then we have the legs. You can articulate the this part. We can also move the this bit here, and of course the feet. It's got big meaty toes. Then of course we can do the same here. Move this. Not quite move this as much. And then of course the ankle and the feet, and of course the tail, while stiff and very hard to put on. And it's about to pop off. Is also posable. So now, I think the only thing left to do with this guy is try to pose it. Just wanted to give a quick interruption here during this recording. Just want to talk about a little bit more about this figure before the video continued, because I feel like I didn't cover everything about it. Like some of the good key points and the small little flaws about it. First of all, let's just start with the bad. Just get out of the way. For my figure, at least, this leg here seems to be a little bit loose. A little bit looser than I would have liked it to be. Would have thought it would have been more kind of firm. And I feel like this is going to be a problem later down the line. But it's not a concern right now. But I feel like the more I do this, the more likely it's just going to, not help it stand up. And of course this leg can do a full 360, and that's a bit concerning as well. I don't feel like it should go all the way up like that. I feel like there should be a stop here rather than allow it to go all the way around, which is a bit concerning to me. But other than that, the other leg, it's pretty much the same kind of deal. It's very loose. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. These legs here, though, they're not as firm, but still, it is kind of concerning. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. When it comes to the sculpt, I really like the scales. Look at this. Look at that these beautifully done scales here. These are finally more deep. These are definitely more detailed than the other ceratopsians that I have here. I'll bring the Nasutoceratops in for a comparison. Because look at this. This, the head of this Nasutoceratops isn't as detailed as this. The detail's great and all, but it doesn't have these raised scales on the face and stuff like that. It's still a good looking model, don't get me wrong. It's still good, but this looks better in terms of quality. So I'm just gonna put that back there. But the scales on this Pachyrhinosaurus are absolutely lovely. They're all individually done, and they're all natural looking. And of course, the osteoderms, they're not as uniform as I thought they would be, because they're just random dots here, all over the place. And I thought they would have been more uniform like they are in the Triceratops, where it's just this one row, and then these rows, and then it just keeps going. But it seems kind of irregular and stuff. Not that I'm complaining, though. But still, kind of a bit of an odd one. But still, I'm not really complaining all that much. It still looks like a very beautiful figure. One of the other things I do want to complain about is the mouth. I feel like it doesn't open wide enough. because this is about as wide as it can get, and I would have expected its mouth to be more like the Triceratops and the Pseudoceratops than what we have here. Like, open the mouth a little bit more, because this feels very limited, and I feel like if I push down even harder, it's not going to pose right. And look, like, if I do that, it's just going to come right back up. But otherwise, this is a good-looking sculpt and all, with pros and cons attached. So yeah, there's just wanted to point those out before the video, could continue, and before I forgot to do this part. And here is the pose I ultimately ended up doing for the Pachyrhinosaurus, and I gotta say, it looks good. This sculpt of the Pachyrhinosaurus is absolutely amazing, and I believe this is actually the Canadian version of the species, which you can tell because of, like, the horn here. I'm pretty sure I said that in the card, though. But this is a really nice looking figure, very good looking sculpt, and it's right now the most expensive thing I have ever unboxed on the channel. I'm gonna go ahead and put the price right over here. Ha! But is it worth every penny? I believe so. This is a gorgeous looking Pachyrhinosaurus figure. It is definitely one of the best ones I have ever seen in my life. So yeah, this is a good dinosaur for you to get, especially if you're wanting a recommendation for the Wave 2 Ceratopsians. I would highly recommend getting this one. It's big, it's bulky, and it's got plenty of detail on that. Look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. You'd be doing yourself a complete disservice by not picking up a Beast of the Mesozoic Pachyrhinosaurus for your collection. So, with that said, you guys, I'm going to have to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new, and until next time, this is Tyranno Senpai signing off. Alrighty then, take care now, bye-bye then.